Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duel Links video. And before I go back to fighting the raid boss, I've got one more daily ranked duel left, so I'll get on that. Who's last? Although, to be honest, I probably don't need to duel the raid boss again for the rest of the day. I think my high score is good enough. What is complete? Dude, the hell? Oh, that was fast. I mean, to be fair, I could have completed it this fast as well. I just decided not to. I do have... I'm past 6 million for my score. And you get the title at 23 million. I just can't believe this guy had the energy for that. He probably auto-dueled his way through the entire event. That's what a lot of people do. They just auto-duel the entire raid event. Because some people hate those. And then we have me, who somehow can handle it. We don't know where I came from or how I am okay with raid bosses. We just know that I changed my mind quicker than most people put on their shoes. You end your turn, alright. I activate this. I wonder if he has Book of Moon on the field. It would be weird, but, you know, I've got one in my hand. So if he has one himself, I can use mine. You know, so we're even. I do not know what that card is, but it could be anything. And I do mean anything. I wonder if it's Bottomless Trap Hole. If it is, I'll find out in a second. It could also be Crackdown, or maybe Warning Point. Though if he had Warning Point, I would imagine he'd have used it already. But that doesn't mean anything. I am willing to use Book of Moon on my own monster. Although, can I do that since I've already set Book of Moon? I don't know. But what I do know is he can use that card. So, well, I know it's not Mirror Force, and I know it's not... Actually, his Xyz monster could have been the holdup. Because of its effect. Alright, I win. I'm sure you will remember me. It's very difficult to forget. Though, to be honest, I think it's weird when some people... Dude, you know, I've always seen teachers as having this special power where they can remember their students' names. And I'm just like, how the hell do you memorize all of them? I had a professor come up to me once, semesters after I was already out of her class, and she still remembered my name. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're not my professor anymore. And you may be wondering, what? Well, you see, I was confused because I was kind of in a state. I had to be taken off a medication I was on, and because, well, let's just say my eyes were, they looked bad. I'm not saying they were terrible or that I was in pain. I'm just saying they didn't look normal because of the medication I was on. You may be like, what medication were you on and what the hell did it do to your eyes? It didn't do anything to my eyes directly. I just had a seizure as a side effect of the medication. A medication I had gave me a seizure, and I had to go to the hospital for that or something. All I remember is I was in an ambulance and I didn't understand how I could have a seizure because I don't have those. But medication can give you things that you don't normally can. You know, things are very complicated. You can experience things without having a mental health condition that gives you that shit. You don't need a seizure disorder to have a seizure, which I learned by having one. And you don't even need to have bipolar disorder. You don't need to have bipolar disorder to experience mania. You may be wondering how the hell I know this. Well, because I experienced it. I experienced mania when I went through ECT, and you may be wondering, wait a minute, hold on, what? Well, I was desperate, guys. Wait a minute, I was supposed to be dueling the raid boss. You know what, who cares about Mazar? I'll get back to him later. I experienced the ECT. I resorted to it because I was so miserable. I was desperate, get it? I mean, honestly, you have to understand, I was depressed. I was miserable. I was willing to go that far if it would give me relief. But I don't advise that anyone else do it because that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. It might even be illegal now, but I don't know. I don't know any legal information regarding it, but at the time I had it, it was illegal. That's all I really can tell you. I don't think that my psychiatrist at the time was breaking the law. And now, ECT didn't really do much to me. It gave me mania one day, and I told my psychiatrist about it. I'm not sure how I knew to report it, but I did somehow. And then he just commented on how easy it is to give me a seizure. I don't know when or to who, but I just remember being told that. It's a good thing that when I had my seizure, I was in public. Otherwise, I would have woken up and I'd be like, why is there all of this blood everywhere? You may be like, what the... Yes, guys, I wear glasses. That's where the blood came from. My glasses were shattered. I had to get new glasses because of the seizure and what it did to me. And now, if you're wondering if ECT made me feel any better, it didn't. It had no effect on my depression. It was a nice learning experience, though, considering I now know what mania is like. I don't think that means that I should be a fan of it. I hated it, I would never do it again. 0 out of 10, don't recommend. But at least it wouldn't kill you. Probably. If you're old enough, it might, but I really can't be the judge. I'm just saying I think it should be illegal for ECT to be administered. I don't think anyone should get it. And because it just doesn't make any sense that it would help with anything. I know only after I've done it, and I tried it. And that's more than I can say for some things that I don't like. But, I mean, most people wouldn't like being shocked, right? I mean, ECT is one of those things that you'd probably think you shouldn't do to anyone. And I completely agree, but in that situation, I was still just like, well, it could do something. And it did give me mania, so, I mean, there is that. But I'd rather not go through mania. What? I mean, yes, I'd rather not go through it again. It was weird. I thought I was all that in a bag of chips. I'm just going to say that. Wow, some villain you are. Oh my god. I'm joking. I really do understand if no one wants to duel me. I'm not exactly someone that everyone wants to duel. I understand that. I'm completely respectful of this. I get it. Especially after dueling Kite so many times. Technically, I could also replace Kite's name with yours, Kaiba. I've told you how many times? I don't know, but when my account was new, you were everywhere. And now you're everywhere again. And the fact you're still everywhere is really amazing. You really know nostalgia sells. When you start a game, and when someone comes back to the game, they still see the same characters over and over. Kaiba, Joey, Yugi, Yami-Yugi. Man, it is really interesting. Oh my god, for real? Alright, fine. I'm gonna set that on the field. My turn is... Wait a minute, why did... Well, to be fair, it could be anything. I don't have to feast my eyes on anything. Although I do have to see our field. And why aren't you using your accessories? I have no idea why people don't do that. It's kind of cringe. What? Wait a minute. No. And Kaiba surrenders. Great! This is fantastic. Don't you see how great I am? To be fair, just let me have this. I'm not the most confident person out there. I think I think I have more confidence compared to Cyrus, but I mean, I don't know. By the end of the series, Cyrus might have me beat, but I really just don't know. Kite! I don't want to duel you. Go away. Oh, right. I said I was going to torture you with my skill now. Okay, fine. I guess I have to. I did say I was going to. I didn't really mean it, though, because I just don't think it's going to work. I don't think it has the same impact with me. I just don't think the skill is as bad. I mean, it's my opinion, of course, but I just don't think it is. Really, though, just go to Reddit and you'll see everyone complaining about this. And, I mean, I suppose it's fair, but Kite's skill was definitely much more worthy of being complained about. I say like I'm not just biased. Okay, listen. I just want Yubel to be viable. Yubel being viable, that's not a bad thing at all, is it? Just let me have this. Let me have a lot of things, honestly. Let me have good things. You may be wondering if having Yubel is a good thing. Yes, it is. Hello skill that I was referencing. I was throwing shade at that exact skill. And now our two skills will do battle. We will find out which of us has the actual skill that's worse. Although your skill is nerfed. So if you beat me, that means that my skill isn't as bad as that skill was pre-nerf. Pre-nerf, it would mean that. And now we're not going to talk about the current nerf. I'm not going to talk about the nerf to this skill because I do have a thing and it's just, I'm not sure that I'm comparable. Other players might be better than me, so I'm just saying. He's probably going to Xyz summon again. Okay, well, maybe I should have saved that. But he can Xyz summon so many times, he can destroy everything on my side of the field. And this was the most generic duel I've ever seen. You know, I don't even have the energy to be pissed at this. You know, considering you've done this a billion times already. I haven't forgotten anything, Kite. I haven't forgotten shit! I was unlucky this time. But next time, I might be lucky. What if I'm good at using Mazar's card and I decide to give him a try? That would involve switching to Mazar, which I don't see happening. At least not anytime soon. But I still want to get Mazar's cards, you know, and maybe try them. That last duel wasn't that great. Not even for me. I think it's just one of the worst duels I've had against Kite with this deck. I do not think it was as good as it could have been, but I still maintain that this skill isn't as bad as Kite's skill pre-nerf. Now we can debate if they're on equal territory as far as right now, but I don't think I'm the best player with this deck, so that's the main reason that I'm just like, I don't know if I really count. Can I really disprove something when I do feel like I'm not the best player in the game? I could be honest without insulting myself, okay? We know I'm not the best player in the game, we can see it. But I'm still playing it, and I still have fun playing it. And I think that is good. Very good. In fact, we're still wondering how I can enjoy playing this game. You may be like, wait a minute. You what? Listen. I have made claims that would... How dare you? How dare you do that to me? I'm not going to forgive this. I do not forgive you for this. Most out of character thing ever. Well, I'm going to be honest with all of you. I did have a grudge against Yamiyuki once. I don't think it was a real one though. I think I faked it. And by fake, I don't mean that it was intentional. I just mean that I was petty, okay? But it's just... I could have had an actual grudge against him. Considering one of my nightmares I had that involved him. I'm sorry, Yamiyuki. I didn't mean to have a brain that did that to you. My brain was rude. It was mean. You deserved better. However, that dream does not excuse what you're doing right now. You are trying to win, and I must stop you. Also, I don't really have anything against him, and I don't know why I ever even bothered to pretend. I was being petty just because of a single nightmare. Which was the only straight flashback I ever experienced of an incident in my past. I better not talk about things like this. Yusaku could show up. Playmaker, don't show up! I'm done dueling you! I say like I can control the RNG. I don't control the RNG. The RNG just doesn't... It doesn't like being controlled. It never did. It never did. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just going to say this. It looks like... I'm gonna put super polymerization in my hand. Can I use it? Well, probably. No, I can't. I'm gonna set it on the field, though, and I'm gonna set my entire back row, just so my opponent doesn't know which card is super polymerization. Why would I do that? I can't use super polymerization without a card in my hand. Alright, fine, I guess. Alright, and I couldn't use its effect. Shit. I don't know what to say. But I have to win. I have to win because I said so. That's the only reason. I don't even know which card I can act, you know? Yes! I get roasted! I will get my revenge! Why? Well, because I need revenge. It's important. It wraps up my backstory. Oh, it isn't my actual backstory. That was someone else's. My bad. I had fun. I had plenty of fun. I am the definition of fun. Although I'm not sure I can say that without it. Shit. My ability to have fun is somewhat nerfed. So I'm kind of OP because I can still have fun even with this nerf. Anyway, guys, that's going to try things up for this video. In the next video, I'm probably just going to go back to making ranked skill videos because I feel like it. And can I get a single rank up in this rank? Yeah, seriously, I need to step up my game, man. I'll be back in a second.